Welcome to devlog 8 of DAWBuddy. Yesterday I did a fairly lengthy video, but in this one I want to keep it sweet because there's this feature I've plumbed in that I'm pretty excited about, and I don't think anyone else has ever thought of something like this, so I just wanted to share it really. As you can see, the UI's changed a little bit, starting to look a bit better. But over here, the add tracks, there's now a button called Smart Tracks to bring up the dialog for adding multiple different track types in one go instead of having to do singles. But what I want to draw your attention to is this feature. So let's say I want to create 100 instrument tracks in my project, or it could be audio tracks. There's this little advanced option that pops up. If I click on this, it will take me to the advanced routing options and routing structure. From here, it will suggest how we can take that 100 tracks and split it down into different groups. So for example, I could have 2 groups of 50 instrument tracks, 4 groups of 25 instrument tracks, etc., etc. So in this case, I'm going to select 4 groups of 25 instrument tracks. Now at the moment, these are not going to be routed to anything or going anywhere, which is where the routing pattern option things come in. I need to think of good names for these. But let's say for one group, we want to create an effects return channel and send the instruments to that channel. Then I can click on Create Effects Return. And it will do this for each group of instruments. It will create its own dedicated effects return. Now let's say I wanted 2 returns per group because I want to have a reverb for long notes and short notes. Well, we can up the value here. So now for each group, we have 2 effects channels created, and the outputs of those are going to the stereo output currently. Now for our instruments, let's say we want to create a bus, and we're going to take the outputs of our instruments and they're going to go into the bus. Well, we can create a bus for every group. And coming back to the effects channels, if we don't want their outputs to go to the main stereo output and we want them to go into the bus we've created for the group, we just check the box here. We also have the option to retain link groups, which I showed you in the other video how they work, but this also applies to this menu. And if we want to ensure the generation of tracks puts the effects channels and buses at the bottom of the tracks list, not together with the group of instruments, then you can just check this box here, but I'll leave it off for now. Now when I click Add, there we go. We've just generated a bunch of tracks, routed them to their corresponding bus, configured the send as well for those tracks and their associated effects return channel, all in a single click.